What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City video, where today we're going to be doing my preview of Manchester City's away game in the Champions League against Juventus. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore, who are going to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest football scores. They're also going to keep you guys up to date with the latest match information, also with the latest statistics, analysis, and all your good footballing needs all in one place, all in one app. It's not just limited to football, it's got all the sports that you guys love to follow all covered, so do go and check it out. It is a free app to download, so worthwhile checking out if you haven't done so already. And anyone that does download SofaScore using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So, Juventus against Manchester City at the Allianz Stadium for Champions League Match Day 6 on Wednesday 11th of December 2024 with an 8 PM GMT kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on TNT Sports or Discovery Plus here in the United Kingdom. Anyone heading over to Turin for this game, do enjoy yourselves and do keep yourselves safe. So, our opponents, Juventus, formed in 1897, led by manager Thiago Motta, currently find themselves 19th in the Champions League, 4 points clear of that crucial 25th spot and exiting out of the Champions League. They are 2 points behind 8th place. They currently find themselves in their domestic league table in Serie A 6. Now, in terms of their form, they've played 5 games in the Champions League so far this season, winning 2, drawing 2 and losing 1. They drew away in their last game against Aston Villa 0-0. The game before that, in Champions League match day 4, they drew away against Lille 1-1. They then lost to Stuttgart at home 1-0 in Champions League match day number 3. Before the couple of games before that, they beat Leipzig away 3-2 in match day number 2, and they also beat PSV Eindhoven at home by 3-1 in match day number 1. Now, in terms of their form, currently they've drawn their last 4 games in all competitions. They are unbeaten in their last 9 games in all competitions, with 2 wins and 7 draws. They last lost back in October, coming against Stuttgart in the Champions League. They are unbeaten in Serie A so far this season, but they are 6th, which tells you a lot about their results. They're not winning too many games, they're not losing any games, they're drawing a lot of games, and they did draw on Saturday as well at home to Bologna 2-2. Now, in terms of dangers for Juventus, Thuram in midfield, really decent player, got to try and keep him quiet. Got quite a bit of potential in attack as well, including the likes of Conchao and Weah. They've also got Manchester City's interest a few summers back, Dusan Vlahovic, as well as their potential striker. They've also got Andrea Cambiasso as their left back. He is no relation to Esteban Cambiasso, I do believe. Fagioli, an option in midfield as well. And you've also got former Manchester City defender Danilo, another option for Juventus. Now, they are missing a few players. Bremer, Cabal, Milic and Gonzalez all out of this game. It was believed that Cambiasso is touch and go for this game, but I'm expected to see him start. So I reckon Juventus are going to go with a 4-2-3-1 formation made up with Di Gregorio starting in goal. The back four made up of Danilo, Kalulu, Gatti and Cambiasso. Into midfield, you've got Locatelli and Thuram. Further ahead of them, you've got Kupaminas, Conchao, Weah and Vlahovic is what I reckon Juventus are going to start with for this game. For Manchester City, formed in 1894, led by manager Pep Guardiola, find ourselves 4th in the Premier League and 17th in the Champions League. We're also on 8 points, 4 points clear of 25th place, which is currently Paris Saint-Germain, and we play PSG away in our next Champions League game. So what we don't want to do is lose here and lose against PSG, because if we do, then Manchester City may struggle to make the top 24 places. We don't want that. What we want to do is beat Juventus here, near enough cement Manchester City's place in the top 24 of the Champions League. And what we want to be thinking about is not playing a couple of extra games in February, because we've already played a couple of extra games in the Champions League as the group stages have gone from 6 games to 8 games. We don't want to be playing more games, 2 games on top of already playing an extra 2, which would be on total a 4 more games for Manchester City for the season. So we don't want to do that. We want to finish in the top 8, and if we win here, then Man City are in a pretty strong position. I'm thinking to myself, 3 wins, I'm almost certain we'll see Manchester City finish in the top 8. Potentially 2 wins and a draw could see Manchester City go into the top 8, but we're putting ourselves under a lot of pressure, and it is no gimme if we get 7 points as to whether we do finish in the top 8. So we're at a point now where we want to finish in the top 8. We've got to finish in the top 8. We are, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best teams in Europe, so we want to be putting ourselves in the strongest position as possible and finishing in the top 8, giving ourselves a top ranking when it comes to the last 16 draw, and also ensures that Manchester City don't play an extra couple of games as well. So well within City's interest to win this game. However, form for City not looking great. 1 win in 9 games in all competitions. That 1 win coming against Nottingham Forest a couple of games ago at home in the Premier League. We are unbeaten in 2 games. We did draw away against Crystal Palace 2-2 on Saturday. Of course, trailing twice in that game, so showed good character to come back. Needed a win, didn't get the win. We've got to deal with that. Got to try and win this game. Got the Manchester derby at the weekend. Got to win that as well. Going to be very difficult for Manchester City. Now, in terms of our form in the Champions League, we drew in matchday number 1 0-0 against Inter Milan. We then beat Slovan Bratislava 4-0 in matchday number 2. We beat Sparta Prague 5-0 in matchday number 3 before losing to Sporting Club de Portugal away in matchday number 4 by 4-1 before drawing 3-3 at home to Feyenoord in our last Champions League game. And we were 3-0 up in that game with 15 minutes left to play. So the question is, how has that game affected Manchester City mentally heading into our next Champions League match? Now, we have dangers all over the field, but we do have some injuries. Oscar Bobb and Rodri are long-term absentees. We do, though, have Phil Foden and Mateo Kovacic training once more with the City first-team squad. Don't think either of them are going to feature here, but it's nice to have them back. Maybe could be options for the Manchester derby. Certainly, I think there'll be options once we come back from a nice 6-day break in December to take on Aston Villa away from home next weekend. Akanji, I presume, maybe not going to be fit for this game. Same with Nathan Ake as well. So at the back, definitely down to the bare bones with John Stones missing out. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I would go with Ederson to start in goal ahead of Ortega. I go with Rico Lewis starts at the back, and alongside him, Ruben Diaz, Simpson Pusey, and Josko Gvardiol. Maybe would move Simpson Pusey to the right-hand side, Diaz through the middle, Josko Gvardiol on the left-hand side, and let Rico Lewis go more into midfield. Juventus are a very physical team, but I think they're going to try and defend. They don't have too much pace, so I don't have much of a concern with seeing Simpson Pusey start in this game, or Rico Lewis if that is the matter, as long as he's not starting as a defender, but actually pushing more into midfield. And in midfield alongside him, I'd have Ilkay, Gundogan, and if fit, got to have Jack Grealish and Kevin De Bruyne there for some creativity. Got to break down Juventus. Bernardo Silva starts for me. Jeremy Doku, if he's fit, he starts for me as well. And Erling Haaland up top. So, if Akanji is fit, take out Simpson Pusey and put Akanji into the team. That would be my only other change. I don't think I'd start Kyle Walker for this game. Now, in terms of my score prediction, my head's telling me 0-0. Lots of draws there for Juventus. I don't want to draw. My heart's telling me City can win this game. I'm going 2-1 to Manchester City. I reckon City can win this game if we take the game to Juventus, break them down and score first. They are a very good team, but I believe that if we can get Haaland involved into this game and we can make this game really about being clinical and make it about quality, we can win this game. But we do have to be clinical. It's going to be a very tough game, as is PSG away from home as well. I think on paper it looks tougher than what actually you might think, but still very difficult. And it'll take City to put in a 10 out of 10 performance to win this game. In terms of my betting tips, I reckon Doku, if he starts, to score or assist any time. I fancy Haaland scores or assists any time as well. And if Rico Lewis does start, I reckon he will pick up a card any time. Now, next up for Manchester City in the Champions League, we take on PSG in match day number 7 in January, before a week later after that game we take on Club Brugge at home in match day 8 to end the Champions League stage. In the Premier League, got the Manchester derby on Sunday. We're taking on Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium. For Juventus, they're taking on Club Brugge away from home in match day 7 in January, before a week later after that game they take on Benfica at home to end their Champions League campaign. Next league game for Juventus on Saturday night at home against Venezia. Last note, I do have my live watch-alongs back for you guys to enjoy. I'll have my live stream link out today for you to go and set your reminders for, so I'll see you for that real big game this is. Looking forward to it. Hopefully a win for Manchester City. So there we go. That has been today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this match. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. It is free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links are in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore. And I'll see you all again for my live watch along tomorrow, so I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.